Jim, how serious is this?
It is a serious issue for the club. As we said in the letter to owners, the clubs have been going for 72 years, and this is probably right up there with the various, 3 or 4 financial crises that we've suffered in those 72 years.
The first thing is getting home games. So what are the short-term options for that?
Well, as most people will know, you have to fulfil your fixture list. You don't have any choice, otherwise you get chucked out. So we know we have to fulfil those home games. The likelihood at the moment is that some of those home games will have to be played on neutral grounds that, of course, fulfil the standards and specification for National South football.
I mean, I know people have thrown all sorts of names to different places we can play. I've had Sevenoaks mentioned. Would that not be good enough for a ground grading?
No, unlikely, because it wouldn't fit, it wouldn't match National South requirements, for instance. Similarly, Tonbridge Wells and places like that. So, you would be looking, I don't really want to know, well, you can name clubs, it's easy, isn't it? But to name clubs at the moment, when we're still very uncertain, what we can't do apparently is we can't switch fixtures. So although we've got an outstanding fixture with Maidstone, apparently we are told by the league that can't be played at the Gallagher. It has to be played on a neutral ground somewhere. That wouldn't stop us, for instance, Angels versus Wealdstone being played at the Gallagher, because that clearly is a neutral ground. That's our understanding at the moment. But before all that happens, the league will be carrying out in the next few days an inspection, a pitch survey of the pitch at Longmead, to understand, for the league's point of view, exactly what the problem is and how soon games might be played at Longmead and what then needs to happen after that.
If we do get a couple of weeks of dry weather, is there a chance we'll be okay? We'll be back at Longmead?
Yes, I think there is, most definitely. I mean, if I wanted to guess, and this is all guesswork, it would be nice if we were able to get back, certainly for Easter, if not perhaps a couple of weeks before then, perhaps for the Dorking home game. But this is very much, it depends on what repairs are necessary, because the pitch has become damaged. I can't really express it in any other way. What repairs can be done, short-term repairs, and I stress short-term repairs, to get some games on at Longmead.
And that has a financial implication. And for those who haven't read the statement, we're talking very, very big numbers here, aren't we? What can people do?
People can, we've asked owners if they would consider upgrading their membership from the standard membership to a grandee, £1,000. Now, it sounds a lot of money. It does actually have advantages. It means you never have to find that £25 ever again. A grandee is a life membership. And also it allows access to the executive lounge, where I think they have a complimentary tea, coffee, a sandwich at half time, and obviously a paid bar in there. So there's a couple of extra benefits of being a grandee, but of course what it means is you never have to find that £25 ever again. It is a life membership, and indeed 1 or 2 people have already stepped up and adjusted and renewed their or upgraded their membership to grandee, so that's very, very encouraging. We hope for more. Clearly we have 225 members. It would be something of a miracle if 225 members all had £1,000 in their pocket. We understand that, but those who can, we'd be very, very grateful if you could seriously consider it.
I know some people are saying, well, the games that get played eventually, that's not the point now, isn't it? We're not going to be able to make the same amount of money from our remaining 8 home games as we would have done.
No, definitely not. You can't. It would be virtually impossible. For a start, the gate will probably decrease. There might be a few curious onlookers who might come along, or ground hoppers or something like that, but inevitably the number of supporters from Tonbridge would go down. We understand that. Hopefully not by too much. We don't keep any of the bar or catering receipts, almost certainly. We are allowed to sell 50-50 draw tickets. We are allowed to sell goal-to-goal tickets and stuff like that. But the main key thing is we would have to pay a charge to use that club's pitch, wherever it is.
Have you already spoken to any clubs about this, or is it too early?
We've done some preliminary talks, but basically until the league give us permission, I suppose it might be, and they need to understand what's going on. Obviously you can't have clubs switching fixtures without the league being fully in the picture of what's going on, otherwise they wouldn't know what the heck was happening. So we've made some There's been some preliminary inquiries, but I'd put it no stronger than that.
No. We were talking about the amount of money that's needed. I mean, there was a figure given there of how much it costs a week for the club to break even. £7,000 a week.
Approximately.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, so you're looking for donations with immediate effect.
Yes, we are. We're looking at, with immediate effect. So those grandees, we thank them very much. One or two people have also become owners, admittedly at the standard rate, but again, thank you for that. The more owners we have, the stronger this club can be. So we thank you all for that. We shouldn't be under any illusions. This is going to be a huge task. We're looking at crowdfunding, and one or two people have already suggested that. Whether sponsors would come forward with additional rates, again, that's another possibility. So all of those things are actively being looked at. The key, in a sense, the next big stage, the two stages, firstly this pitch survey, as I've said, and then we have an owners meeting next Thursday, which is only open to owners, I must stress that. You need to have your membership card that evening. But again, you can still join for £25 and be one of those members or be one of those owners who comes along to that meeting on Thursday, and that is to decide really longer term how the club want to take things forward. We have two options, is what this was laid out in the letter, but for those who haven't seen it, we can carry out major pitch renovations to the existing grass pitch, probably be in the area of 150 grand, or we go a much longer term view of an all-weather pitch, which would be somewhere in the region of 500,000. And we'd also have to make interim repairs as well to get us through next season, because that would.
It can't go down by next summer.
No, not by next summer. It would be that would be pretty much impossible. With all the work that's got to be done, all the applications for grants, all that kind of stuff, and it would probably involve other parties as well. So it would be extremely difficult to get that done by that point. So I think the owners, and I do stress, this is your club. It's not the board's club. It's not my club. I mean, it is my club, but it's your club, and it's the 225 owners club. It's your decision. We have to kind of reach a view that says which one of those two choices do you wish the club to go ahead with. That's the longer term element. The shorter term is how do we get through to the end of this season and stay in the National League. And I have to say at this point, well done to Steve McKeon and his coaching team and the players, because they have given us a real chance of staying up. That is significant, because it is a modest budget. I think everyone knows that. It is a modest playing budget, but Steve McKeon has made some very interesting, clever signings of players, both on loan and more permanent signings throughout the season, through his contacts, through his reputation, and Barry's, and it's absolutely brilliant that we are today, as we face Dulwich in about an hour's time, and we'll know the result by the time you see this video. It is quite amazing that we are in a position of a very realistic chance of avoiding relegation. So we don't want to undo all that. It was a huge achievement going up. I can't estimate too much how when sitting in 11th place in the Isthmian Premier last Christmas, how this team managed to get promotion. And a lot of people will say, "Oh, they got a bit of luck." And I know a lot of people will say, "Oh, Tonbridge, they're punching above their weight." So what? That is the democracy of football. Clubs are allowed to punch above their weight. Look at East Surrey United, 3 seasons in this league. Look at Hungerford, this is their 3rd season. You can do it, and there's no reason why Tonbridge can't. No reason why Tonbridge can't eventually become a bigger club.
Okay, so Thursday night's the crucial one. If you're not already a member and you want to go.
Yes, and join up even then. I think you can do that. Ian will probably slaughter me for saying that, but I think Ian Clear is our membership secretary, but you can pretty much join up on the night. If you can't get in contact with Ian before then, that is the time. Sorry, there has been a little bit of confusion about the date. Let me just re-emphasise that. It's 7:30 for 8 p.m. We all start sharp at 8. It's Thursday, the 5th of March, in the Executive Lounge. So please do come if you can. And remember, you need to be a member, or you can join up on the night.